village of Bream. We're just about to start the Bream Heritage Walk, a 6.5 mile circular walk around the outskirts of Bream. This is a new tree which replaced a tree called the hard-up tree. Apparently, Bream, being once a coal mining village, the local men were employed at the Princess Royal Colliery, and they would gather at the tree to listen for the sound of the pit hooter. If there was no work, the hard-up miners passed the time squatting around the tree. This used to be a cinema at one time, apparently, until it was damaged by fire in 1946. It's now Bream Rugby Club. Here we've got the Bream Maypole, and it's next to this old building that apparently used to be called the New Inn, and some of the wooden beams inside it have been dated to the 1480s. And here we have the dead centre of Bream. Get it? St James's Church. Here we have the place where we get all of Elf and Pixie's dog food. Knockley Dog Foods. We've got here old iron ore mining, or the remains of, known as scowls, and it's the same kind of mining that produced Puzzlewood. Catkins. We are now in the Oakwood Valley. This part is known as China Bottom. In this clearing was the site of a large iron mine called China Engine. The name indicates the mine had a steam engine to provide power for raising ore and pumping water. We've got here large flat stones in the pathway. These are the sleepers for the horse-drawn trams of the Oakwood Tramway, built by the metallurgist David Mushet in 1827. Now, I'm apparently related to David Mushet. The iron ore was transported to Park End. Here we've got the Oakwood Chemical Works, and behind it the Flour Mill Colliery, and this site was the largest industrial site in the Bream area. This is the Flour Mill Colliery, and it's now used to renovate old trains. Flour Mill Colliery. tramway was first opened here in June 1810 by the Severn and Wye Company. In 1868 the line was upgraded and the first steam engines were put on the line. Passenger services started in 1875 but were always infrequent, reaching a peak in 1910 of 6 trains a day. It had dropped to 3 by 1920. The lack of passenger services meant that people would flag down passing goods trains to get a ride to Lydney or Colford. Householders' cottages along the line would also stop trains for boiling water to fill their teapots. Used to be a great pub before lockdown. Great live music, good food. They put gates on bus shelters round here, stop the sheep getting in. This is the site of the old Princess Royal Pithead Baths, and it was known locally as the Princess Royal Colliery, and it was working coal here up until 1962. Interesting shape of hillside there with like a path running around it. Don't know what it is. We've got Whitecroft in the foreground, Pillerwell on the hillside leading up to Yorkley over the brow of the hill. To do it, Pam.
Just remember how old you are, Janice.
This is the entrance to Pastors Hill Mine. "Them be varist jip," she said in her best forest accent. Really interesting tumps in this field. Alistair says they're anthills. Weird. This marker stone is one of 218 such stones set in a place to mark the boundaries of the statutory Forest of Dean since the 1830s. Some stones have disappeared and some have been moved. There's another marker stone. This is where Alistair plays hero, because I've given him both dogs. nearly back in Bream on our 6.5 mile Bream Heritage Walk. You can see, possibly see in the trees. Yeah, it's Park End Church there. And we can see across to Cinderford, top of the hill. Whitecroft and Pillowell. This is the last bit of footpath. This cottage was once apparently a cider mill. Can you hear that? Somebody's got their drum studio in there. We know who it is too. And we're back to the beginning of our walk. This is infants and junior school, but apparently it was an old grammar school. And Bream, I don't know if it still is, but it was the biggest village in England at one time. Back to where we parked. Thoroughly recommend this 6.5 mile walk. Leaflets can be picked up from the local shop, or you can download a GPX file for your GPS online, and it's called the Bream Heritage Walk.